Good. Can we just start with the team news, if that's all right?
Yes. You want to know about the injuries, I think, yeah?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing great changing. I think we have still with Ori, with Theo Walcott, with Ingzi, Will Smallbone, Michael Obafemi, a few players out. Have I forgotten somebody? I don't think so. And the rest of the team is fit.
Talk to me about this game. How important is it in terms of giving your side confidence, and how important is the FA Cup to Southampton in comparison to the Premier League this season?
We said about the cup for us to have a chance to win the trophy, and I think this is why we took it very serious from the beginning. We didn't pick the best team against Wolves and Arsenal to say now it's not important anymore. So for us, it's very important. We said when we are in a better position in the league, we can also concentrate on the cup, with the risk that we have then a few more injuries maybe, but we took this risk, and because of having a game like we have on the Saturday, a game where we have a chance to come in the semi-final of the most traditional competition in England, football. And I think it's for us, for the players, for the staff, for the fans, for everybody in this club, maybe the most important game in this year.
And your side are in need of a confidence boost, I suppose. How important is it that you win this game in terms of not only the FA Cup, but also in terms of the confidence in the Premier League going forward?
We have definitely in the past the results that we were hoping for. And another good chance for showing that we can, be a different team. And I think, especially in such a game, it's important to have a very good mentality and to have the hunger to get something.
I wanted to ask you as well about Che Adams and his call up for Scotland. Your reaction to that?
Oh, congratulations. I think for him, big opportunity, and he's in a good shape in the moment, and hopefully he will show that he's a benefit for the team.
Perfect. Thanks ever so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Adam Blackmore, Radio Solent.
Ralph, good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
So, what a great game for us on the South Coast. What do you think of Bournemouth as a side now compared to the one you played back in July? Many of the players are still there. Do you think there's a big difference and gap between the two teams going into this game?
Oh, not really. I mean, this is still for me feels like a Premier League team. There are a lot of players in this team. They have been last year also in the Premier League with a new manager. Believe in what they're doing. Yes, I mean, we know how difficult it is to play there. We have had a very intense game the last time we have been there, with a better end for us. I think it deserves better end for us because we were very competitive at that moment, very believing in what we have done, and this is what we have to do on the weekend again, because it's not easy.
After the draw was made and you were drawn up against Bournemouth, their captain Steve Cook said to us, we owe them one for what happened in July, and effectively Bournemouth went down after your game. So your team, I think, are going to have to expect to fight fire with fire, aren't they?
Yeah, if anybody expects something different in the FA Cup in the round of the final 8 teams, then he's definitely not in the right position, to be honest. What do we want to expect? It's a cup fight for coming in the semi-final on the weekend, where there are only 8 teams left. So big opportunity, and yes, this is never easy. This is normal.
I know the game in its own right, and I'm glad you said it's an important game in its own right. But when you think about winning it and going into the international break, and the players playing for their places to play in the semi-final, does that have the chance then to help the Premier League campaign to keep your players as competitive as possible amongst themselves?
I think for us it's a good opportunity to become very, very famous in this club. I think for everybody. I think when you can, go through this round, then you have 4 teams left, and I mean, I don't have to tell you that in one game everything is possible. Also against maybe then more popular or more famous teams waiting for you. But the first is this step, and this step is as important as or more important maybe than the last games we have played in the league, because for us it's a big chance to win something. And as I said, who wants to be famous in this club, I think he knows what he has to do.
Thank you, Ralph. Good luck Saturday.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, we'll go to James at Talksport.
Afternoon, Ralph. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you.
Ralph, you were disappointed with the performance and the result on Sunday, and you said that the team weren't hungry enough and one of the worst games that they've played this season. Has it therefore been beneficial to have a whole week on the training ground to iron out some of those problems?
Yeah, it's like always when you speak after the game immediately, then the view is not always the clearest one. And when you watch the games 2 more or 3 more times then afterwards, then the analysis maybe something a little bit different. I think the first half was not that bad. We were coming back, and then the second half, I think, especially after 2-1, we had a little bit of lack of belief that we can turn it around again. And then it didn't look good the last 25, 30 minutes. I think it was against a good organized side, not so easy to create chances. We had a few ones. So I think for us, we were very clear and very, very direct in our analysis, I think, to the players. I have the feeling that they took it and showed a reaction during the week. This is what I want to see. And on the weekend, I need the players. They know what it is about, and the players, they are hungry to go for something big.
And you've said the analysis was clear and direct. Did you have to have a few stern words with some of the playing group?
It's not about speaking about the details. You can be sure that we try to analyze games always in a very self-critical way, and that means that every stone has to be turned around, and this is what we did. And hopefully the changes we made through the weeks, hopefully we can see on the weekend to be a more successful team.
And just finally from me, Ralph, has this competition and the thought of the cup run that you're on kept people upbeat and kept people positive in the last few weeks?
Definitely. I mean, it's always fantastic when you are in a second competition and have you something big to win, and still this target is there. And otherwise, the rest of the season would be not that interesting like it is if you come to the next round. So this is a goal enough for us, I think, and target enough what we have to face for.
Thank you, Ralph. Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, Jim at PA.
Hi, good afternoon, Ralph. Can I just ask you just for your views on the Sheldon review, which was the findings came out yesterday?
Yeah, to be honest, the club was sorted out, and I think it's for me not so easy to speak about things that happened in this time in the past. I think the club will do the reaction what is necessary to do, and then you will listen about it.
During the international break, you got Minamino going away with Japan. Is that right? Do you expect that to happen? I
expect that to happen, yes. Although there are some big journeys there, some long travels, what I don't like to see, but yeah, it is how it is, and a few more players are going also. Is that going to be a worrying time then over the next few weeks? Yeah, to be honest, when you see how difficult traveling is in the moment, and what loops they have to jump through when they're coming back to be available for us again, this is for me a little bit nonsense, to be honest. We are not allowed to leave the country for any reason, and then they are flying all over the world in such a pandemic. I cannot see the reason why you should do this, but okay, it is like it is, and we have to accept it. And we can accept it if the players then afterwards are available for us and for our game, and this is hopefully the fact.
And just finally on the team's form, is it just so frustrating for you because you can see what the team can do, and it's just the small margins at the moment which seem to be going against Southampton to get those positive results?
Yeah, but I think this is also not surprising for us that when we have a good run and we overperform, if you want, then we are a team that definitely can get results against everybody. There is not a lot in between. Either we are really overperforming, everything runs in a good way, and then we are super strong, or we have moments like we have gone through in the last weeks more often that we see, okay, this is missing, here is a step to less, and here is not enough for the workload, and then it looks completely different.
Thanks very much. Good luck at the weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Psychologically, how important is a win going to be for your team going into this international break? And what have you got planned for the break with the players that are staying behind?
Every win is important. I spoke about the importance of this game. No question, it's a big opportunity for us to come to Wembley for the semi-finals. I think this is a fantastic target for everybody, and not so much about what is then affecting the international break, because in the international break a lot of players are gone. Meanwhile, I think we are 7 or 8 or 9 players. So I would like to use the time to work on a few things, but as you see, you have a lot of time, but not all of the players here, and this makes it difficult to work on a few things. So, but the guys, they are here. We offer them hopefully the best we can to make them fitter, to make them better, to work on a few habits, and finally then it takes a long time until the next game against Burnley on Sunday, but you have to prepare it.
And it has been mentioned already about the support of the fans has remained strong, given that you are still in an FA Cup competition, regardless of how the league is currently going. Is there a concern that should this game be lost to a championship team, that fans would perhaps then start showing some dissent at the run that your team are on? And what would that do for the players' confidence that may already be low?
The pressure is always on. You never play a game here, a competition game, without pressure. This is always normal. We don't see the pressure, we see the chance, to be honest. We see the chance to achieve something big. And if you know how professional players are thinking, then you know that they are looking for the chance, and they need the chance to motivate, they need a chance to do something great. And then they can perform like they have to. And hopefully we can put our best face or show our best face, and then I know that we have a chance to win there.
Thank you, Ralph. Best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, Tom at the Echo.
Hi, Ralph. Just wanted to touch back on Che Adams again. Obviously, there's a few different countries he maybe could have played for. Did he speak to you at all about the decision to go and play for Scotland? And how much do you think that's going to help his development now, going away and playing international football as well as Premier League football?
I didn't know that he has more opportunities for international games to play, but I was definitely speaking about Scotland with him, and I think it's a good opportunity for him. The chance to play for this country is for him a higher one than maybe waiting for an England call. I think it's a little bit more difficult, I think. But I mean, for every player, it's a big opportunity to play the national games. And hopefully he shows that he makes them stronger.
And just on the international break, you say obviously you don't have your players here, but after training, do you like to go back and watch your players play in these games, or do you try and switch off a little bit in the evenings when there's no games for you? How do you sort of what do you watch these international games that are going to come up now in the next couple of weeks?
Well, normally when I can watch my players, I like to do it. Yes, when they play, I'd like to follow them. Yes.
Yeah, well, that's brilliant. Thank you, Ralph.
Thank you.
Okay, Tom at Hampshire Live.
Hi, Ralph. You okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Stuart Armstrong's one is going away again with Scotland for 3 games with those. I remember when he went away last time, you weren't too pleased with how they handled him during that. He came back with an injury. Have you spoken to them about that this time? And have you had any reassurances from them that he'll be looked after? Because you've obviously got some big games that follow this international break.
Yeah, no, I didn't speak with them because I think it's always difficult. Everybody has his way of thinking. 3 games in this short period is even massive, I think. Hopefully they know that there is a chance to rotate a few players, not let anybody play all 3 games, but I think they don't do it. And then hopefully they're returning healthy. And this is what I hope the most.
Okay, heading into the cup game then, and understanding the league form that you're on before this, I'm just curious as to whether you've reached out to any old friends or colleagues for advice, if that's even something that a manager does in that situation. You've obviously got great minds like Jurgen Klopp on the other end of the phone if you need them. Have you reached out to anybody for advice, or is it more of an internal conversation with yourself?
We have, for some reasons, a lot of staff here in this building and other people, they know a little bit about football. You can be sure that I always try to look on the details, what we can change. And this is a lot of mind work to do, I think, for turning things around. Sometimes the devil sits in the small details, and then you have to find these issues. And I think we know that we can play better. We know that we can make better results. Against Sheffield, it was a much better game than against Brighton, to be honest. But we are not so stable in the moment. We are not so consistent in our performances, there are some reasons why we have these issues. A few players were coming back from injuries. They need time to come in their rhythm. They are not that fit like they have been before, maybe, and not that self-confident. And this together gives us a not perfect performance, and then it's more difficult to win games. But we had a chance, even against Man City, we had a chance to win something. Maybe would be a little bit more consistent in the defense work.
Thank you, Ralph. Best of luck tomorrow. Saturday.
Thank you.
Okay, Duncan at the Sun.
Hi, Ralph.
Hello.
I remember about 2 months ago when you were doing well, you were talking about the progress your side have made from the squad you inherited, and you were saying that you're not that club anymore that was struggling down the bottom. Obviously, you've made strides since then, but since you made that statement, pretty much it's been back down again. Have you had to revise your thinking about what you are as a club? What is the real Southampton?
Yeah, this is, I think, a very good example how quick things can change, and things can turn. I think it's always dangerous to say something like we are not this club anymore, and then suddenly you find yourself in the relegation battle again, or not that consistent in taking points. I mean, this is a few injuries, a few bad games, a few unlucky results, and suddenly you find yourself in a situation where, things are going worse. And I think we have definitely made the experience that we are only then a good team when we perform on the highest level, everybody. And it's a fact that if some players after injuries or whatever are not on the same level they have been before, we have, especially after the lockdown and after the summer break, we have been in a perfect shape physically and mentally. In the moment we are, after this very intense time over Christmas and in January, February, really running out of energy a little bit in the past weeks. And I can remember 1 year ago, it was before the lockdown, we had a Norwich game. We had also a home defeat against Newcastle. You could see that we haven't been a really good side at that moment. And then we needed time to recover, time to get fresh, time to turn a few things around, time to work on the pitch with a few training sessions. And then it was getting better again. And this is what we have to do now, to find our rhythm back, to find our highest performance, our highest level back. And then I know that we are a team that can also win games in every competition.
And you're the one who has to come and face up to this, but essentially, is it now down to the players to take responsibility and stand up and go that extra mile?
No, it's down to everybody to find the right decisions, to find the right words, to find the right action, and everybody is. We need everybody to be a good team. I know that we as a club, we are only then strong when we are committed, when we are hard working together, when the philosophy we are living for is to be shown in every part or in every minute of the game. When this happens, then we are not so easy to play. When we are a little bit away from this, then it's easier against us.